Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Alan, and today we're going to fix that Whelen inner edge. Well, most of it. I would say 7 out of the 8 lights will be working by the end of the day. If you've seen several of my videos, you've seen that the Whelen inner edge light director traffic I don't know what you call it, traffic advisor light that's in the rear deck of the Crown Vic has several LEDs that are kind of partially functioning, and I actually had one that was completely out. As you guys know, I went ahead and switched the one that was completely out, and I still had 3 other ones that were kind of misbehaving. 2 of them were red, 1 of them was amber. So today what I'm going to do is kind of cannibalize the Patriot LED lights that I have and show you guys what I'm doing to make those work. We'll see how it goes. One side note, I've been told that the correct name for those lights is an LIN6, but I've had some other people tell me that it's a LIN6. So in the comments below, put your opinion down. If you think it's an LIN6, just write the letters LIN6. And if you think it's LIN6, like write it LYNN. And leave your opinion down there. I'm kind of curious. And if you happen to be a Whelen distributor or somebody associated with Whelen Engineering and you know the exact way it's supposed to be said, or if it even matters, I'd love to hear your feedback too. Either way, let's get started. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've got this light here and this light in the background here. These are the 2 lights out of the back dash light of the Crown Vic. These are replacement lights out of, I think it was a Whelen Patriot light bar. These are red, they've got little square LEDs in them. These have got the regular rounds. And what I'm going to do is disassemble both of these and switch out, I guess, the circuit boards that hold the LED lights. Alright, so for some reason the camera decided it didn't need to record, but I went ahead and disassembled the first interior dash light thing here, and then started taking apart the other one, and then I noticed the camera stopped recording. So, we'll get back to it. Alright, so as you guys can see, let's have to turn the camera just a hair. Whelen Patriot, I think it was, and then this is the one from the back of the Crown Vic. I'm going to basically just pull the boards and switch them. I don't know how well the camera's focusing, but inside of here there's little barbs. You have to just kind of push in, and then you can slide this little plastic cover off. But it's good to remember which side's which. The red wire is going to be on the, I guess, the notched side, or the side here that's got a little bit of a, I guess, a bulge to it. Bulge. So I just push the 2 barbs in, which means now I can just slide this right off. And I don't know how well this camera's going to focus, but you can kind of see the barb right there. Basically, you just have to pry that back up a little bit, so that when you slide it in, it'll hook and it won't come back out of the plastic. Same process with this plug. Push the barbs back in and the plug just comes off. The other thing I noticed with these, the one on the Patriot, is that these little rubber pieces have got to come off in order for it to fit in the other housing. Now what I'm going to do is kind of twist these rubber pieces so that they slide over the metal and then come right off the ends here. Since this is plastic, I'm trying not to cross thread the hole because I don't want to ruin the plastic. There we go. Got the new board in, and we'll plug this one into the car later and see if it works. And if there's any, I guess, Whelen installers out there that have noticed that I've done something blatantly wrong, please let me know, because these things are kind of expensive and I didn't really research the proper way to do this. I did get a post from somebody on Facebook, and I'll go check and see if I can get that person's name and post it up here. You know, to give them some credit for that. But they did show me a way to, you know, take these things apart, so I know that it's possible. I just don't know if I'm doing this 100% right or perfect, because I'm not a mechanic and I'm not an electrician either. So, but if I plug it in and it works, that's going to be good enough for me. So, one down, one to go. I guess I could put this one back together. Just one more quick note. I don't know how well you can see how nicely sealed this is. There's a rubber gasket. I guess I'll use a screwdriver to point. Right here, there's a rubber gasket, and it actually touches. When you, I guess, backwards convert, this gasket doesn't fit very well, because I believe the round LEDs are a little bit taller and don't allow it to seat. So if you're going to try to, I guess, backwards convert a Patriot from one of these other ones that doesn't have the little square LEDs in it, it might not fit very well, at least from what I'm seeing. I could be putting it back together wrong too, but I was kind of hoping maybe it would, you know, kind of go back together, but I don't want to crunch it down and break something in here. There we go. The two screws are popped off. Now it's out of its housing. So like I said before, you can see the electronics in here are super flat, and this has got a bunch of, like, you know, bumps and ridges and things in it. And I think that's the reason why this doesn't sit in here very well. So like on the Patriot, this housing got, you know, all these little pieces right here, and they don't fit real nice over all those bumps and ridges on that circuit board. So like I said, I don't think these things are, I guess, backwards compatible. So like these LEDs won't go into this Patriot housing very nicely. I mean, I guess you could chop this up and modify it and make it work, but I don't think that's a good idea. And again, the ridge is on the red side. Same on this one. The ridge is on the red. As before, pushing down the little barbs that are in here that actually keep these pins in place. Once the barbs are pushed down, the pins come out. So like I said before, you got these little barbs right here. When they are raised up just a little bit, they keep the pin from being pulled out of that plastic plug housing. Just a little side note too that I noticed on the Whelen lights that I've seen, if it's got a red wire right here, it means it's a red light. If this is like an orange, it means it's amber. And if it's blue, it means it's, well, blue. As I noted before, these little orange, I guess, rubber pieces that are supposed to help, I guess, maybe with vibration or maybe sealing it, I don't know, have to come off in order to make it fit in the other housing. And the way I've been taking them off is just trying to keep them as, you know, kind of just work them down without breaking the wire. And once it gets a little bit away from the wire, I grab the wire so it doesn't put the tension on that little circuit board, and just work it down to where the plug is. And then when I get to the plug, I'm going to twist it so that it'll kind of walk its way over the plug here. And again, I'm trying to hold the cord as tight as possible so it doesn't twist also with it, because I don't want to damage that connection on that circuit board. Again, I am not an emergency vehicle lighting technician. I am just a guy in Florida trying to improvise a solution on some old obsolete lights that they don't really make a whole lot of parts for. And after you pull the barb out, you just push it in until it clicks. So there you go. So there we go, two, I guess, refurbished lights that are going to go back in the Crown Vic. And then hopefully here soon I'll get some ambers for the sides and the fronts, since the reds aren't really illegal here. At least on the rear of the car they're not illegal. But I can't have the red on the very front of the vehicle, so I'm going to have to go ahead and switch. I'm going to have to figure out how to dismantle the, I guess, the tripod, the three-pod Whelen Talon that's in the front windshield of the car, and switch out the two outer pods for amber. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get this thing back in the car.
And it was at this moment that Florida man discovered that black metal in the Florida sun gets really flippin' hot. Ow! Don't be Florida man. Don't be Florida man. Do this in the shade, or at least park the car in the shade, not in the scalding hot sun. I've been out here for all of maybe 5 minutes, and even with both doors open, which you might be able to see behind me, it is hot. Goodness. But I got the lights back in. There you go. These two over here were the bad ones. So I got those back in, just going to button everything back up. And then we'll fire the light bar up, and we'll see what it looks like. With the, I guess, 3 out of 7, or 7, dude, I can't count. 3 out of 8 that have been updated to the newer flat style LEDs, because they needed to be.
Well, there you go. The light is working pretty nicely. Hopefully here soon I'll be getting some ambers in. The hardest part about that is finding them reasonably priced and, you know, making it work. I'm also figuring out what I need to do for the mounts for the talons that are on my side doors, the rear passenger doors that are kind of broken, and the talons are kind of dangling all weirdly. So I got to figure that out, and hopefully in one of my upcoming videos after I get that figured out, we'll be able to show you how to change that stuff. In order to, I guess, not stress out most of the law enforcement people out there, I will be changing the two forward-facing red lights to amber because I don't want to play this game. The side lights, while I'm pretty sure there's nothing on the books that specifically says I can't have those, depending on usage, I'm going to go ahead and change those to amber too. The rear I'm not as worried about, because the rear, I've seen people drive around with, flashing red lights on the rear anyway, so it doesn't really matter, and it's not forward facing, so it shouldn't stress anybody out. So that I'll probably just leave alone. I'm probably going to fix the one amber light that's left. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand with it right now, and then we'll see what ends up happening. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for watching. Like I said earlier, if you have a comment, leave it below. Let me know your thoughts on whether it's LIN or LIN6. I'd love to hear the feedback on that one. And especially if you're a distributor or somebody associated with Whelen. I know that the local distributor in my area refers to these things as LIN and TIR, not TIR and LIN. So let me know your thoughts. If you like the video, please subscribe. Click the bell if you want the notifications. And I will see you guys on the next video. Love to all of you. Thanks for checking in. Man, these mosquitoes around here right now are aggressive. So aggressive. And I really need to figure out how to add some air to these tires, because pretty much all four of them are pretending to be flat. Yeah, left front, right rear, right front. There we go, left rear. Yep, there you go. They're all flat, supposedly, even though they got air in them. How about this? Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. All right, hey, 158,000 miles. Woohoo! And it's 95 degrees? I think it's hotter than that. It's hot as hell in here. Don't leave the kids in the car.